have a nice body, you can be a model or a socialite. That time we had Huda, Vera, Corazon.
Everything in Nairobi is just money. You have to hustle or else you'll end up in the streets.
Kind of sponsor that I need is someone that's going to help me big time. Like, they're going to change my life.
They say that money is the root of all evil. However, to a majority of young Kenyan women, it is the ticket to a life of comfort. Just take a look at the number of women openly showing off their flashy lifestyles on social media, supposedly funded by sponsors. Several more young women are openly declaring that they're looking for sponsors to uplift their lives. Now let's revisit the two murders that have rocked this country. Sharon Otieno and Monika Kimani's murders have a lot of similarities. Both women's characters have been greatly impugned because they're said to have rose to their respective ranks thanks to sponsors. It's also because of sponsors that these two young women's lives were cut short, and they just died in very brutal and unfortunate circumstances. Starting with Sharon Otieno, it's now a well-known fact that she was having a clandestine affair with Governor Okoth Obado. They supposedly met in December of 2017, and according to Okoth Obado's accounts, Sharon was the one who pursued him. By February of 2018, Sharon was pregnant. It is around this time that her relationship with the governor started becoming rocky. The governor would supposedly give her as much as 300,000 Kenyan shillings for upkeep. He would also fly her between Nairobi and Kisumu and other destinations. At the time of their fallout, the two were supposedly in negotiations for the governor to buy her a house in Nairobi worth 10 million. He was also supposed to help her start up a business. By now, I'm sure that most of us have watched the Profiteers documentary by John Allan Namu. It's mentioned in part in the documentary and also sheds a light on how Monika Kimani was able to amass vast amounts of wealth when she was living and working in South Sudan. It's alleged that Monika was helping government officials to launder money, and unfortunately, that was the reason she ended up dying. With Jackie Maribe, the newspaper headlines say it all. Her skeletons have been exposed, her dating history has been revisited, and her connection to prominent people has been widely publicized. For instance, there have always been questions how she managed to acquire her house at Royal Park Estate in Lang'ata. Another similarity all these ladies have in common, it's the fact that they didn't shy away from sharing their lives on social media. Sadly, it's the reason why they are currently being judged a bit too harshly for living the lives that they led. You have to ask the question, where did it all turn? Because for the better part, these women, while sharing segments of their lives on social media, maintained a relatively low profile in relation to the source of their wealth. For Jackie Maribe, the case is uncertain. You can't be sure whether she was a knowing or an unknowing participant in the entire situation. Cell phone records place her near Monika Kimani's apartment the day before her death. She also helped her fiancé conceal a crime by patching up the hole in her bedroom from the gunshot, and she also allegedly helped in burning up his clothes. It just goes to show that she did all these things knowingly. For Sharon Otieno, it turned sour when she felt like the governor was pushing her aside. He was allegedly not communicating to her as often as he did in the past, and he was also not giving her as much money as he did before. She allegedly knew about how the governor was allegedly embezzling county funds and stashing it offshore. She just wanted some hush money, but it backfired and led to her death. For Monika Kimani, she was really playing a dangerous game. Given that Jackie Maribe and Joey had really declared the relationship engagement on social media, Monika Kimani must have known about this. She must have been getting something out of it. But regardless, because of the greed of other people, she ended up losing her life too soon. After all is said and done, The sponsor and sponsee culture isn't going anywhere. Just like the kitu kidogo culture has never really faded to obscurity despite decades of attempts to end corruption in this country, the sponsee culture is quickly joining those ranks. It's just a hope that other ladies out there in similar situations or those who are actively seeking sponsors can learn from these two cases and make better choices about their lives.